Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Jennifer Feke. I'm a sales representative and managing partner at Forest Hill Concept Real Estate and the proud sponsor of Park Bench downtown Milton. On today's episode, we have the pleasure of speaking with and getting to know Troy Newton, owner of Troy's Diner, located in downtown Milton. Thanks for joining us today, Troy.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm wondering if you could tell us about your first job in the restaurant industry and the impact that it may have had on your role and decision in opening Troy's Diner.
Well, my history goes back quite a long time. I started at Fifth Wheel Truck Stop as a dishwasher, actually, and it was just a part-time job that kind of went from being a dishwasher to eventually becoming a cook, a kitchen supervisor, a kitchen manager, sorry, a restaurant supervisor, a restaurant manager, and finally ending up as the general manager over 20 years span, working at all different locations. And I absolutely love what I did. It was a great job to have, but I wanted to own something. So when I started looking, I originally had a couple partners and we were looking at buying a franchise, but more and more I looked into it, it just wasn't the right fit. And I started looking to design my own restaurant. Spent 6 months. I decided to resign from my position and focus on buying a restaurant, and basically took 6 months to do it and kept looking everywhere. And it was my mother. She's the one who finally said, place in Milton, you want it. So that's how I bought it. And I bought the Main Street location.
That's awesome. I still remember the restaurant that was there previous to you. And then when you opened and now you're a famous Coca-Cola theme and, your funky attire when people walk in, everyone looks forward to that.
Thank you. Yeah, my old office used to look like the restaurant. So it was an easy fit to go from what my office used to look like to making it into the diner. So it was fun.
That's great. Well, we know your menu offers a wide variety of offerings for all meals of the day and features your all-day famous breakfasts and milkshakes. So I guess I'm wondering, I know I always have a difficult time choosing, but if you had to choose one favorite menu item, what would it be?
That's really difficult, actually. I'm really boring, to be honest with you. I come in and order the exact same thing every morning for breakfast. I always have turkey, bacon, and eggs. My staff laugh at me because it's really boring. It's the exact same meal every day. Um, but what happens in the restaurant, you kind of get bored with eating the normal food. So we start being creative and trying to find something that's a little more unique. We just put a new menu in place a couple weeks ago with some really cool items. Like if you're interested in a dinner item, one of my personal favorite on the dinner menu is their homemade lasagna. It's absolutely incredible. So that's probably the only far off on my stretch of unique items that I order.
I think one of my favorite, well, definitely a fan of the turkey bacon, but the eggs Benedict and all the choices that you have, I find is
Yeah, they've been huge.
always a good one.
I think there's something like 20 different options or something with eggs Benedict. The greatest part of being an independent is the customers. One of my customers came to me a couple years ago and said, "Oh, I was in this restaurant in the South, and they got this awesome grilled cheese and bacon eggs Benny. I put it on special, sold like crazy, and now it's a menu item." So it's a lot of my menu is created by the customers and people coming in with ideas.
And that's really neat because customers always think that that's a positive experience as well, right? So, and that feedback is important. So,
Exactly. And that's the difference between being a corporation and being an independent. When someone comes in with a great idea, we can try it and see if it works.
so aside from the restaurant, I do know that you offer catering services and barbecue style, and that you do things at on Main Street. But could you tell us a little bit more about that part of your business?
Yeah, we're really fortunate. We have three catering trailers. So we have portable deep fryers, barbecues, flat top grills. We used to, pre-COVID, we used to do tons of corporate business. But one of the things that I'm very proud of what we do is a lot of school offerings. So all of the Meet the Teacher nights and those sort of fundraisers. Years ago, when we were kids, your parents would just come to school, find out what you did right or wrong, and went home, and that was it. Now it's become part of a fundraiser. And we're part of it for probably about 45 schools that we attend all through Milton, Halton. We even branch out to Mississauga and Burlington now. So we basically show up at a school, do all the food and drink part of the event, and then give the school back 10% of whatever we make. So it's a great fundraiser for the school, and great for us. Great way to be exposed in the community, but also it's a win-win. I get to make a profit, but then I can also give back simultaneously. And the other part we do is pretty much every festival, from here to Niagara Falls, every fair, carnival, strawberry festivals, anything you could possibly imagine, we're there. And we do weddings and birthdays and all that stuff on the side too.
I know my kids like when you do the tornado potatoes too.
Fries, yeah, they're a huge success. That's one of those things. People look for on catering. It's always the tornado fry or the turkey legs, and then once you come to the restaurants, it's about the milkshakes. So it's good. It works out for everybody.
And that kind of, those events lead into kind of the next question that I was going to ask about, right? Knowing that although you have many talents, as a restaurant and as a chef and your staff, you're also committed to the Milton community and you undertake a number of initiatives each year. So I was wondering if you could elaborate on your community involvement and explain what inspires you to give back to Milton in the ways that you do.
Well, I was born and raised in Milton. At one point, my mom had 9 brothers and sisters who all lived in Milton, so I was pretty much related to half the town. In the early days of Milton, you went to school and it was all your family at every classroom you went to. I love Milton. Milton's been great to us. It's been great to my family, great to the business. And doing charity has been sort of right from day one was part of my business plan. It's all about giving back and being part of the community. At the end of the day, as much as I want to say I have the best bacon and eggs in the world, at the end of the day, it's bacon and eggs. So it's more to it. It's about giving back to the community, being part of it. It's awesome. We do the toy drive every year with my great friends at Tiger Jeet Singh and Foundation with, Tiger Junior and Tiger Senior, which have been awesome partners to be with. When we do those events, we give all our sales that day to the cause, and all my staff work for free. And, that's their initiative. That's not me. So it makes you feel great when your staff are willing to say, oh no, I want to work. And it's bizarre. Like, honestly, it's bizarre when you have people saying, oh no, I'll be there at 4 a.m. working for free. And then I'll go home at 1 and come back for my shift at 4. You don't get that from normal people. It's a special group I work with.
And that speaks a lot to the community too, right? And the true notion of I really do believe that Milton supports Milton regularly, day in and day out. There's countless examples every month of how people help people here. And to me, when we first moved here, I guess 19 years ago, it was okay, we're going to move back to the city, came from Etobicoke, in 5 years, and 3 houses later, and,
yeah.
Knocking on 20 years, and we're still here and have no plans of going anywhere. So,
and you know what, as for your real estate part of the world, that's why people come here. They don't come here just because it's located near Toronto. They come here because it really is a family atmosphere.
Are there any strategies that you've had to make that you found have helped in keeping the business running?
Well, we've always done a lot of takeout, but it has never been my focal point of doing takeout. Takeout's always been the secondary part of business. And as every restaurant tells you, you can't make money with Skip and Uber. Like, they're just awful to deal with. They're hard on the business. And they just literally take money away from every restaurant at this moment. But we're at the mercy of them. That's all we have. So we focus a lot on general takeout, asking people to call in for their orders. One of the things we've done, which has gone over extremely well, and I'm sure it's going to do great again for Mother's Day, is take-home brunches, where you can order a family of 4. You can get every single thing you need for your Mother's Day breakfast. Plus, you get, you take champagne home and have a mimosa and all those things that we've never focused on in the past as being an important part of business. We've even changed our takeout containers and packaging to suit a more customer-friendly products, so that our takeout containers are reusable. People can use them longer, whatever it takes to satisfy the customer.
That's good. And I think it's important, right, to continue to be innovative. And those brunch ideas, when I first saw them, of course, on social media, like a lot of us, thought, what a great idea, right? People are looking for that family kind of feast and the feeling of, sitting down to eat a meal together, yet getting it and supporting, favorite local businesses. So I think that was a great idea. So good to hear that you're going to continue for Mother's Day. Just as we wrap up here, is there anything that you would like to leave or say to our folks here in Milton as they watch this?
I just want to say thank you for your support. It's been wonderful. Obviously, we spoke earlier about being positive, and we're going to get through this COVID. It's going to get over. We'll get back to business as normal. Just be strong, be nice to each other. Take that aggressiveness and put it away, and just realize that every business, every person's going through something, and it'll get better. It will definitely get better for all of us, and these days will pass, and it'll be better.
I often said in school as a teacher, right? Work hard, be nice, and make a difference.
The best advice is just be nice.
I love it. Thanks so much for taking the time to share a little bit more about yourself and the diner. And I know over the years, I've eaten at the diner more times than I can count. And your warm welcome always, and the staff and great food have always been a staple. Milton, be sure to give Troy's Diner a try and check him out on social media at Troy's Diner on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks everyone for watching. Once again, I'm Jennifer Feke, a realtor with Forest Hill Concept and proud sponsor of Park Bench Downtown Milton. Please be sure to check out our community website at parkbench.com/downtown-Milton, where you can be up to date with local community events, coupons, promotions. And if you're a business or a nonprofit and would like to be featured, please reach out to me today. Until next time, everyone, take care and stay safe.